students, today we are going to study unit number 18, genetics. The previous class we have studied monohybrids, dihybrids and mental law. These all today we are going to study chromosomes, DNA and genes. What do you mean by chromosome? How the structure of the chromosome, how the structure of DNA, how the structure of gene. What do you mean by gene? So these are the things today we are going to study. So while we are studying this topic, introductions about chromosomes, DNA and gene, structure of the chromosome, what do you mean by the phenotypic character, DNA structure, and one more special scientist we called Van Dyer. So when you take the human body is made up of the million of the cells. So look at that, is the human body is made up of the millions of the cells. The nucleus of each cells contain thread-like a structure called chromosome. So the thread-like structure seems to be very thin. So not only human body, all the living organisms made up of the million of the cells. If it is called is a multicellular organism. The human also considered as a multicellular organism. The plants also, the trees also considered as a multicellular organism. So all living organism, it is made up of the cells. And each and every cells, they have the nucleus. The nucleus contains thin thread-like a structure that called chromosomes. It may ask us here two more questions. What do you mean by or define chromosome? It's nothing. The nucleus of each cell contains thin thread-like a structure called chromosomes. So look at this. It's a general. We should know that is what is chromosome, what is gene, what is DNA. So when you look at this is a cell. The cell contains nucleus. So this is the cell organelles, and cytoplasm also is a presence here. This is called nucleus. Inside the nucleus, the chromosomes are present. Normally when you look at the chromosome, it seems to be like a thread-like a structure. When you go for a cell divisions, it become like this. So normal cell, the chromosomes seems to be like a thread-like a structure. When it go for a cell divisions, the chromosome become like this. So when you look at the chromosome, so it is contained of DNA. The segments of DNA we call is a gene. So a cell is there. The cell contains the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, chromosome is present. The chromosome is made up of the DNA. The DNA consists of the gene. So inside this we call is a gene. So a specific character or inheritance character are composed by the gene. So the generations pass by the inherited characters by gene. So look at this, the chromosome. So this is the chromosomes. Inside that chromosomes, the DNA are present. So DNA is composed of gene. So this is another very attractive color of the chromosomes. Normally we can not able to see like such a way, but they have alternate ultra structure of the chromosomes. So when you heard that is chromosomes, who termed the chromosome? So the term chromosomes was first coined by Van Dyer in 1888. So this is the person called Van Dyer. He is a scientist as well as he was a professor, and he is well known about the genetics. So the first person, one who coiled chromosome, the person is nothing, is the Van Dyer. The chromosomes are the carrier of genetic material which contain the heredity informations. So he named that. So including the name, he has given the definition for the chromosome. The chromosome is nothing, the carrier of the genetic materials. When you take the human being, the offspring of the human being, it comes only the human being. So most of the parent character is passed to their offsprings. So it is the general. So because the genetic material is carried, who is the carrier? It's nothing, the chromosome. So that we call is a inheritity informations. If the parent is tall, the offspring is also tall. If the parent is white, the children also white, because the genetic characters, the genetic material pass from parent to their offsprings. So he is the only persons give the definition for the chromosome. So Van Dyer at his time, one of the most well-known author in the field of the anatomy. So what do you mean by anatomy? So anatomy, it's nothing, a study about the internal structure of the living organism. And pathology is nothing, a study about the pathogen or the how the disease is spread one organism to another organism, or the carrier of the disease. Another one is embryology. It's nothing, a study about embryo, how that embryo is formed. How so he is all the field. He was very good scientist or authors, we can say that, and he held various distinguished academic position. So not only this, he has very good positions academic side. It may be we can take as a professor. So he was a professor of the pathological or anatomical in several places. So he was the professor of the university as well as in the college. So the person who is called the chromosome, the person is called is a Van Dyer, and he is well known about the anatomy, pathology and embryology. In academic side, he was very good position. He was the professor of the pathological, anatomical in several places. So he worked at the professor a particular, it means that pathological field and anatomy field. So in several colleges or in several places. Chromosomes are highly condensed, coiled chromatin fibers packed with the DNA. So DNA is nothing, deoxyribonucleic acid that form the genetic material. So look at this, the picture. This is we call is the chromosome. The chromosome is condensed. Condensed is nothing. The condensed is nothing. The chromosome is shorter and shorter. So already it told that before that When the normal cell, the chromosome, it's a thread-like a structure. When the cell is get ready for the cell divisions, it become shorter and shorter, condensed. It's become like this the chromosome. So chromatins, this we call is a chromatin. This is the center we call is a centromere. The chromatin is composed of the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So that is the short form of the deoxyribonucleic acid that we call DNA. So where the DNA is present, so this is the chromosome. So this all composed of the DNA. So this also DNA. The chromatin consists of the DNA. So which is the chromatin? So this is the chromatin. So all together we call is a chromosome. So this is we call is a centromere. So we have to be more clear on this. So look at this. So this is also is a DNA structure. So which is present in the chromosome. So look at this. So when you take this is a chromatin. So already told that is a chromatin is nothing here. So this we call is a chromatin. So this is the position is given like this. So this is the one. This is we call is a DNA. So DNA structure. So how the DNA structure? So when you study about the DNA structure, there are some of the bond. Phosphodiester bond, hydrogen bond, sugar bond. So these the things we should know that. Look at that is the, this is we call is a hydrogen bond. So look at this the green color. So this is the green color is present. So this we call is a thiamine, adenosine, guanine, cytosines, guanine, adenine, guanine. So when you look at this there are three bond here, two bond here. So when the pairing of the thiamine with adenosines is a two hydrogen bond. When you look at that is a guanine pair with the cytosines, there is a three hydrogen bond. So look at here, guanine and cytosines. So it may be is a change, but the cytosines always pair with the guanine, and thiamines always pair with the adenosines. So look here, adenosines is always is a thiamine. So there is no pairing between the thiamine with guanine. If suppose is a pair with like this, means that we call is a mutations. So the natural characters may not is express. There is a problem, genetic problem will comes. So it means that thiamines always is a pair with the adenosines. The guanine is always a pair with the cytosines. If miss pairing means that we call is a genetic mutations. So there may carry some of the uncurable disease may comes, or the phenotype ratio, the phenotype appearance may be a little different. Okay, first you should know that is what is the hydrogen bond. A hydrogen bond is nothing, adenine, guanine, cytosines, thiamines. So these are some of the adenosines. So these are the adenosines. So these are the hydrogen bond. The another one is they call is the sugar. So this is also is a sugar. So this is also sugar. This all together we call is that is a single segments of the DNA. Segments means we call is a small piece of the DNA. So just we can take is a only like this. So this is we call is a sugar. So here this is we call is a phosphodiester bond. So phosphodiester bond here. So middle is the phosphate is present. That is a 4 O is present here. So it is joined with that is a sugar. So the sugar is joined with a hydrogen bond. So there are very good explanations for this the DNA structure. So look at this. This is the one. So look at here, guanine cytosines, adenine thiamines. So guanine cytosines, adenine guanine. So this is they have given a little detail about the, or we can call the partial chemical structure of the DNA. So space filling models. So it's seems to be like, so when you look at the chromosome, the DNA is like this. So this we call is a one segments of the DNA, about complete segments. So these are the character. So phenotype characters we will see later. So what is the phenotypic characters? Look at here, genes are segments of DNA. So here, so we call is one gene. So this we call is a genes. Once again here repeat. So here the cell is present. The middle of the cells, the nucleus is present. The nucleus is composed of the chromosome. The chromosomes composed of the DNA. The DNA composed of the gene, a particular gene. So maybe call is the, up to this maybe it's one segments of the gene. So gene or segments of the DNA. So this we call is a gene, which responds for the inheritance of a particular phenotypic characters. So each segments of the DNA we call is a gene. It is response for a particular character. So we should that what is a phenotype. So what's the particular character? If the parent is a tall, means there is a gene response for the tall of the parent. So it is passed to the offsprings. So the offsprings also tall. There is no way of the short offsprings comes from the tall parent, especially true or heterozygous tall parents. So what do you mean by the phenotypes? We will see that. So external expression of a particular trait is known as phenotype. So external expression of a particular traits. So look at this. The normally the tiger is seems to be a little different from this. So this is a white tiger. So some gene is a response for this the tiger to express in white color. That we are called is a phenotypes. If the person is a white color, means something is response for being a white color. Some person is a black, means the gene is a response. So this we call is a phenotypic expression. So that's the way external expressions. Only we can able to see that, but we cannot see that is a what's the gene is the response for the external appearance of the particular organism. That we call is a phenotypes. During cell divisions, the genetic informations present in the gene are passed from one generation to another generations. So maybe we consider is a male and a female. So some of the special character are composed here some other character or is presence here. When you go for their offsprings, some of them are seems to be father, some of them are seems to be mother, some offsprings maybe seems to be both characters. Some of the character is comes from the father, some of the character is comes from the mother. So one more thing is that, so during the cell divisions, so not only during the cell divisions, when the cell division is occur during the fertilization time, the sperm have the some of the genetic material and egg also have some of the genetic material. It fused together and it will produce that new characters. Sometimes we have studies, there are two type of the gene is present. One is a recessive gene, another one is a dominant gene. The previous class we have studied about. So wherever the dominant character gene is present, the external or the phenotypic expression comes because of the dominant gene. If something is recessive, means the recessive character always is in silent, or is the dominant character is masked over the recessive characters. So here, so the information, so we should know that the genetic informations present in the genes are passed from one generation to another generations. So where the genetic information is present in the chromosome. So the chromosome, particularly in the DNA. Where the DNA is present in the chromosome. Where the chromosome is present in the nucleus. Where the nucleus is present in the cell. Each gene is present at a specific position on a chromosome called its locus. So 2 mark question may ask what do you mean by locus. It's nothing. Each gene is present at a specific positions. So when you look at that is a human body genes, the same positions for the, even though it is a male or female. So look at is very, so small or smaller, just they have named for to understand. So this is may consider as a in a pair of the homologous chromosomes. One is a inherited from the male parent and another from the female parent. So this is we call is a male, otherwise we call is the female. It's a female parent. So look at that is a small r and small r presence. So it may be called as a locus. So this is a response. A genetic locus is the locations of a particular gene on the chromosomes. It is not mingled with that another side. If it is a male, the small r is present. The female, the small r presence here means it is not possible, because each gene they have the specific place or the specific position. It may not change the position of the gene present. That's the way they have each gene is present at a specific position on a chromosome. It called its locus. So here B and B presents at each genetic locus, and individual has two alleles, one on each homologous chromosome. So what do you mean by the homologous chromosome? It means the chromosomes are is a same. So this is look at here, A, capital A, small b, capital. So this is we call is a heterologous, but the gene is the same, small c and capital C. So this we call is a hetero. It means the characters may be same, but the position. So it is a recessive character. This is a dominant character. but the both genes are responsible for particular phenotypic means that we call as that is a heterozygous gene. So this is a homozygous recessive. Why they call is a recessive? Here small b and small b. So it is the always is a recessive characters. The expression may not is a comes out. So three genes pair at the three different locus. So here, so three genes are is a different locus. So this is we call is a homozygous dominance because capital A and capital A. But both male and female are the same locus or same position. That's the way by each gene is present at a particular specific position or a chromosome called its locus. So this is the one. We should know that what you mean by locus. It's very simple. Each gene that is a specific place in a chromosome. It won't change the place. So what are the things we have to study today? So we have to study what is a chromosome or defined chromosomes. What you call a locus. What is DNA? What is the chromosomes? The first slide we have studied about the chromosomes. So this is the chromosome. The nucleus of each cell contains thin thread-like a structure that we call is a chromosomes. So this is we call is a chromosome. What is the DNA? So DNA is present in the chromosome. So each segments of the DNA we called a gene. What is the locus? Locus, the next slide. So where each gene is present at a particular or the specific positions on the chromosome called its locus. So another 2 more questions. If all together they may ask us here 4 more questions. Explain chromosome, DNA and gene. So you have to explain that what is the chromosome, what is the locus, what is the DNA. So from this video you should know that is a chromosome. Where it is a chromosome is present, the chromosome is present inside the nucleus. The DNA presents in the chromosome. The segments of the DNA that we call is a gene. What is a locus? Locus is nothing. Each gene have the particular or specialized position that we call is a locus. So what is the DNA? DNA is nothing. The deoxyribonucleic acid. So where it is present in the gene. So these are the things you should know that you have to study. It's very simple questions. Thank you.